What are you doing?
I'm recording footage for the video about my trip.
Is it going to be a short?
Not really. Why?
You're recording it vertically. Did you take all of your videos like that?
Ah! Okay, hear me out. Since Vidcon 2026 is right around the corner, I thought it'd be fun to tell everybody about my first trip to Vidcon last year in 2025. I've been wanting to go to Vidcon ever since I first heard about it. But since neither of my parents wanted to go, and I didn't have any money of my own, I hadn't been able to. Even after getting my own job though, I was still too afraid to go by myself. But thanks to some friends online, they convinced me to actually buy a ticket and go to Vidcon 2025. My trip didn't officially start until the Wednesday before VidCon, but my vacation for it started on the Monday before, when one of my closest friends, Rain, came to visit me and my sister before we went to California. After a day of fun, we set out Wednesday morning, and after 2 flights and a lot of gate changes, we arrived at the John Wayne Airport in California, where we met up with another friend of ours. We hung out until it was time to check into the hotel, and then we relaxed in our rooms for the rest of the day, excited for what was to come. We started day 1 by hitching a ride on a Disney shuttle, since our hotel told us that the convention center was right in front of the park. But when we got there, we learned that the convention center was actually a 15-minute walk away from where we were. So after some time walking, we arrived at the convention center and got registered. But before we could go in, I learned I was not able to bring my backpack into the convention center. Yeah, I had apparently missed the email where they said I was not allowed to bring a bag larger than 12 by 12 inches, and I had to empty my bag into a bag they gave me at registration. So after swapping bags and tossing my backpack in the pile of other bags that had been left behind, we finally entered VidCon, and it was a normal convention center. What, I'm not going to exaggerate and say it was completely different than any other convention I've been to. It did have some differences, like the meet and greet area and the creator hall, but aside from that, it was a typical convention. The only thing that was really different was the AFMAP booth being a whole building with games, unlike the other booths. We wanted to go into it on the first day, but because we saw 2 huge lines going into it, we decided to wait until later. The first thing we did was walk around the shopping area where we saw a lot of fun booths while we waited for the first panel we wanted to go to start. After not too long, it was finally time for AFMAO Live. Because you see, although me and my friends hadn't watched our channel for years, we were OG fans and wanted to see it. And it was fun. It was packed full of references that OG fans could enjoy and announcements that got us excited. As soon as AFMAO's panel was over, I had to rush to the next stage because there was an animation panel with Circle Tunes, Cup, Toast, Jellybean, and Infamous Swoosh that started at the same time AF's panel ended. I enjoyed the panel and regretted not going to the Q&A at the end, since the people that did got art from the show. After the panel, me and my friends hung around the convention center a little while longer until we decided to go back to the hotel where we met up with another friend. Then we just hung around the pool until we all went back to our rooms to get ready for the next day. Day 2 started something for me that became my favorite part of the convention. Day 2 started with us meeting the last 2 members of our group and heading over to the convention. And after walking around for a bit again, we all went to the meet and greet area since 3 of us had signed up to meet someone. I chose to meet Rebecca Parham because 1, she's a great animator, and 2, she's actually one of the reasons why I know about VidCon in the first place. We lined up at 11:30, but the actual meet and greet wasn't until 12, so to pass the time, I decided to draw in the journal I had brought with me. And thanks to the lovely people in front of me letting me borrow their red Sharpie, I drew Rebecca's character from her channel. After a while of waiting and drawing, I was able to get my picture and autograph from Rebecca, and this started me on my last-minute fan art. Once I got through Rebecca's meet and greet, I instantly went to go see her again in another animation panel with her, Brody Animates, Oddity, Hanimations, and Tubby Nugget. And since I was in a drawing mood, I also started drawing more fan art of the people that were on stage. After the panel, me and Rain decided to walk around for some more while the rest of our group went to a different panel. While walking, we found the Tubby Nugget booth, and I was able to actually get the people behind the character to sign my little fan art. And we continued to be in awe of the AFMAO line. Once the panel our friends went to ended, we got ready to head out for the day, and on my way out, I spotted someone. Are you Garrett the Carrot? No. Literally, as we were leaving, I got to meet both Garrett the Carrot and Rax the Flipnote. I don't know if I said that right. That was one of my favorite moments at the convention, since I saw that he was going to be there, but I didn't think I would actually bump into him. So with day 2 ending, we all went back to the hotel and got ready for day 3. which ended up being my favorite day. We all woke up early since we wanted to get to the AFMAO booth before the line got too long. Only half the group actually got up early, and when we got there was already a crowd of people there in a giant group/line. When the convention opened, it was like a flood of people all going to different places, but we only had one goal: get to the AFMAO booth. So we went to the booth and I got separated from my friends. But that actually helped me figure out where the line actually started, because it turns out that my friends were going to the wrong line. Yeah, apparently the two massive lines that were coming out of the booth were for the booth's racing game and the character meet and greets. So we could have gone into the booth any of the other days if we had just looked a little bit closer. We went inside and were hit with nostalgia, seeing the old plushies, the character costumes, and the posters. I got myself a Diaries poster and a Wolf plush to add to my collection. After going to the AFMA booth, I rushed over to the Animations booth since Bryson was actually doing a little meet and greet over there, and I got to be one of the lucky people to meet him that day. Also, after seeing Bryson's video about how he had a ruptured eardrum during all of this, I just have so much more respect for him for putting up with the pain and still doing all of this for his fans. Dude, you are awesome. I then went to another animation panel that was right next to Bryson's booth that had Tubby Nugget, Rebecca, Brody, Oddity, Illuminations, Visipop, and Infamous Swoosh in it. After that, and another animation panel, I went over to the meet and greet area for one last time. But before I actually tell you who I went and saw, I first wanted to tell you a little story about this. When I first learned that I had to sign up for the meet and greets, I was too late to sign up for the AFMAT one. So I decided to sign up for the other two that I really wanted, which were Rebecca Parham and the Brody and Swoosh ones. And I was content with my decision. Until one of my friends told me that AF opened up a photo op. I was given a really hard choice, because the AFMAO meet and greet took place at the same time as the Brody and Swoosh one. This was really hard for me, because I am a big fan of both Brody and Swoosh. There are some of the people who got me into animation, and I am currently huge fans of them. But AFMAO was my childhood. Even though I don't watch her new content, it was Minecraft Diaries and My Street that made me want to make YouTube videos. It was those series that got me into voice acting and to meet some of my closest friends. Without her channel, I probably wouldn't be making this. So, I decided to make the hard choice and sign up for AF's meet and greet. It was hard for me, but hey, there's always next year. So again, I waited in line and drew some more fan art. Sadly though, I wasn't able to get it signed. But I was still able to meet my childhood hero. And she complimented my hat saying that it was better than Keston's, and that made me so freaking happy. Now this was a great moment, but the best was still yet to come. After the photo op, we went back to the AFMA booth for a meet and greet with Ross, Keston, and Moeka, 3 voice actors that we really wanted to meet. The best thing happened though when I showed Moeka the drawing that I made of her VTuber. 'Cause she actually liked it so much that she took a picture of it. It was such a little thing, but it made me so happy, and I think that was the best part of the convention for me. We stuck around for a little bit longer and got a picture with the entire AFMAO cast, except for Af and Jason. Then we went back to the hotel for a little bit before meeting up with another longtime friend for dinner. After we had our dinner and had our fun, it was time for us to head back to the hotel, and for me and Rain to say goodbye to everyone else, since we had an early flight in the morning. After packing and resting, me and Rain set off to the airport and made our way back to my home, where we got to have another day of fun before she went back to her home. And so, my VidCon trip and vacation was coming to an end. I needed this vacation for 2 reasons. First was because work had been very stressful and I needed some time to help unwind. And second is because I was too comfortable. My life hasn't changed much aside from me getting older, getting out of school, and getting a job. So when the time came for me to be in charge of myself and do something without my parents, it was a little scary. The night before my first flight, I was scared about what could happen, what could go wrong, and what I will do. That's why I really needed this trip. Not only because I was able to face the fears rising in me, but because it was inspiring. All these YouTubers didn't just get here by coasting in life and just doing what made them comfortable. They stepped outside of their comfort zones and worked hard to build up their careers. It reinvigorated the passion in me to draw, make this channel, and see where I can take it. I can't just keep sitting around in my comfort zone where everything is easy and just put off all the work I want to do if I want to make something of this channel and improve my own skills in drawing and animation, I need to stop lazing around and work on it. So that is what I'm doing. This trip was helpful to me in so many ways, and I can't wait to go back to VidCon this year. And until then, I'm going to keep on working hard and see how much I can improve. I hope you found something fun in this video, and may God bless the rest of your day.